Okay, hello, this is Karen Yancey with Online Learning Services at the College of St. Rose, and I'm going to go over forms of assessment and feedback and tools that we have and that can be used to gather that information. So, formative assessment is intended to provide the instructor and student input on how well the student understands a concept as the course is progressing. The instructor can then decide to reteach or assign additional practice until the student masters that concept. So formative assessments happen during the teaching process. Now, a summative assessment is intended to evaluate how well the student has mastered all of the concepts covered in a unit or course. And summative assessments happen at the end of a unit or course. So feedback can be given to the student after any assessment process. It could be either formative or summative. Many online programs and tools can provide immediate feedback to the student after a formative or summative assessment. And when I say immediate, I mean within seconds. So some of the tools that are available, formative assessment can be achieved in TechSmith Relay Nomia video hosting service. The quizzing feature allows the instructor to add multiple choice, fill in the blank, true, false, and free response questions to the timeline of a video. Instructors can use this at the end of individual video lectures to determine if the students understand the main points of the lecture. And I'm going to show you. Now, this is an example of a statistical result from a quiz that is at the end of a Nomia lecture, video lecture. And you can see which ones got the answer correct, which ones were incorrect. It can give it gives the question number and the number of correct answers and the content of quiz that the student watched. And we'll get to that point later. But these questions that can be added to the timeline help us, the instructor, assess the student's knowledge. Let's see, we'll go back. Now, the quizzing feature in Canvas Instructor LMS can also be used to create small quizzes at the end of a module or longer exams at the end of a unit or semester. And there are 12 different question types that can be used to create these videos or these assessments, these quizzes. They come in the formats for multiple choice, to essay, to fill in the blank, to file upload. Oops, there it goes. Let's see if we can pull up an example of some of these question types. You can see here is the list of question types and varieties in the quiz feature of Canvas. Let's see. And both Nomia and Canvas quizzes can provide the student with immediate feedback. Nomia can be programmed to give feedback if an answer is correct or incorrect. And Canvas quizzes can be programmed to give feedback for answers that are correct, incorrect, for specific answer choices, and for general comments after the question is answered. Now, not after the whole quiz is done, but only after that question is answered. So you can give feedback during the process of the quiz as well as after the quiz in different ways. And I will, let's see, I have an example of that right here. You can see this is a true-false question in Canvas quizzes, and you can see that the feedback that I give if the person selects true for the question is yes, and the feedback for if the person selected false is the definition so that the person can learn. And then here's a general answer after the person has answered the question. You can learn about this concept at this website. So here is another example for a multiple choice question, or where you can give a feedback correct if the person got it correct, some try again comments, or another general comment to prompt them to think about the concept more deeply. Okay. Now, statistical tools. Programmed feedback is very useful for practice quizzes, I want to point out. Let's see. Now, statistical tools are also useful. These tools in some online class services and platforms can help you determine if you are authentically assessing your students' knowledge. They give information that can help the instructor craft a more clearly written question that authentically evaluates a student's learning. These tools often provide a breakdown of how many students correctly answered a question. It can, of how many students chose which answers, an item analysis, and student analysis with metrics like variance and standard deviation. Nomia also provides the average percentage of video watched in conjunction with the average number of students who correctly answered that question. And I'll pull up that web page that I showed earlier. You can see that since this is the quiz content watched, the person one of the people who answered question 1 correctly had watched the entire video. And so that goes in line with the assumption that they would know the content. You can see that for different sections of the video, some answers were incorrect and others were correct. So these kinds of breakdowns, you can get all of the viewers from the class, and you can also get statistical breakdowns per question. So this breakdown helps the instructor determine which elements need to be fixed in a question. Let's see. Nomia, okay, so rubrics are another form of assessment. Rubrics are useful in that they can be attached to discussion, forums, quizzes, and assignments in many classroom online class platforms. In Canvas, users can manage and create rubrics in the Rubrics tab. Rubrics are useful because they clearly explain the stages of performance by which the learner is being graded. A learner can read the criteria of a subpar performance and what it looks like, and what an excellent performance looks like. This allows them to self-assess and know which steps to take to improve their performance. This reduces the back and forth between the student and the instructor. It gives the student upfront information about how they can improve. Mastery paths, well, first of all, let's look at the rubric tab in Canvas. Rubrics can be anywhere along the left menu. You can see in my course, I have several rubrics, and you can add a rubric in Canvas. This is the basic structure of a rubric. You can add more columns and rows. You can also look at an existing rubric and make adjustments to it, edit it. You can delete it. Let's see. I'm not sure. I don't think I can edit this one. Let's see. There it is. So I can edit this one. And you can see the different tools you can add and change wording and everything. And then you would press the Update Rubric tab, the yellow Update Rubric tab. So we'll exit, cancel. Let's see. Now, mastery paths are a form of assessment in Canvas quizzes that can allow the quiz to be replaced by the completion of specific assignments. Automatic grading can happen if the created assignments are ones that are automatically graded. Mastery paths tell the LMS that the completion of specific assignments in conjunction with others will earn the learner a set number of points. And it also can tell the LMS that some assignments can be used in place of another. if they want to gain some points in a quiz environment, in a quiz situation, quizzing situation. So mastery paths aren't used as much because it's additional effort required in the creation of a quiz. And it's frequently used in classes that are asynchronous and learner guided, self-guided classes. So there is less demand for mastery paths, but you are welcome to explore them. And the website, let's see if I have it up, the Canvas instructor website has guides for instructors. And you can find information about mastery paths in this. Just press Control Find and you type in mastery paths. Whoops, okay. Mastery grade books and such, and you will find this information. So that sums up everything about assessment. Thank you for watching. Okay.